Okay, so here are a few examples from section 4.2 in case you missed class. So first of all, what you're supposed to do is figure out the missing angles. So this is the warm-up for the section, I think, for the second day. So anyway, on this one here, you're told in the beginning that 1 and 2 are congruent and that this is 105. So since the triangle is 180 degrees and you take off 105 of it, that leaves you with 75 degrees. That means angles 1 and 2 have to add to 75, and they have to be the same. So really, 2x is 75, or because you could think of this as x and x. So x plus x is 75. Or what a lot of people just say is, well, can I just divide it in half? Yeah, you can. So x is 37 and a half. Okay, now this guy here then, we know two of the angles there as well. They're 23 and 24, so together they're being 47 degrees. So since they're 47, all I have to do on those two is 23 plus 24 is 47. Do 180 minus 47. That ends up giving me 133 degrees. So that's what angle 3 is. So I shouldn't say x, I should say measure of angle 1 and measure of angle 2 equals 37.5. And this is 133. Okay. Next was the homework problem. You're supposed to figure out those missing angles in that problem. Let's see here. First of all, angle 1. Okay, you might look at that and go, I have no idea what's going on with angle 1. But angle 1 is an exterior angle. These are the two remote interior angles. So 48 plus 56 ends up being then 90 plus 14, so 104. So angle 1 is 104. Then angle 2, you could say to yourself again, I don't know anything about angle 2. How would I know angle 2? Well, angle 1 and 2 form a linear pair, so they have to be supplementary. So 104 minus 180 minus 104 gives us then 76 degrees. Okay. Now, the rest of these, we have to go, and again, you have to kind of go in order. This is a right angle here, meaning this is a right angle here. So 3 and 48 together have to make up 90 degrees. So that means this has to be then 42 degrees for angle 3. So together gives us that. Well, then if we know this is 42 degrees, hey, 3 and 4, they make up two angles of a right triangle. So they also have to add to 90. So if this is 42, that means angle 4 is 48. And then 5 is easy because we know this is 90, we know this is 41, so we have 131 degrees. 5 is the leftover, that means it has to be then 49 degrees. Okay. So that's a tricky one. I'm assuming we'll have to spend a fair amount of time in class going over that. If you weren't there, or if you're looking ahead, we'll spend some time with that one. Next, number 21, again, talking about remote interior angles. So this is 148. These are the two remote interior angles. So 148 has to be equal to 2x minus 15 plus x minus 5. Okay. So 148 equals 3x minus 20. Add 20. 168 is 3x. Divide by 3. That gives us 56 is x. Now the question is, what's the measure of angle ABC? So I'll plug 56 back in here. That gives us 51 degrees. All right. Number 39. Okay. The measure of the larger acute angle in a right triangle is 2 degrees less than 3 times the measure of the smaller acute angle. Whoa, find the measure of each angle. So, okay, first of all, we have a right triangle. Okay, so we know if I just draw this out, we know this guy is 90. So the third angle is 90. So before you get mixed up in all this stuff, what's going on? No, we've already got 90 degrees in our triangle. Now, here's what we have to do. The larger angle and the smaller angle. The larger is 2 degrees less than 3 times the measure of the smaller angle. So notice you define the larger one in terms of the smaller. So we're going to call the smaller one x, and then we can define the larger one with respect to x. So the larger one is 2 less than 3 times. Oh, that means here's 3 times, take away 2 less than it. So now 3x minus 2 is one angle, plus the other angle, which is x, plus 90 has to equal 180. So 3x plus x is 4x, negative 2 plus 90 is 88. Subtract 88. 4x equals 92, divide by 4, x equals 23. Okay. Now the question isn't though what's x, it's what's the measure of the angles. Well, the smaller one's 23 degrees. This guy here is 69 minus 2, so 67 degrees. There we go. Okay. And then the last one for this section, okay, we want to prove that given 3 is congruent to 5, okay, that the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 equals the measure of angle 6 plus the measure of angle 7. Okay. Well, this might seem kind of complicated because it's kind of weird, but it's actually not that bad. We really don't need angle 4 though. That's the one that's kind of making things more complicated than really necessary. We don't need 4. Okay. What we know is this is a triangle. So the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3 equals 180. We also know, okay, that the measure of angle 5 plus the measure of angle 6 plus the measure of angle 7 equals 180. Now here's the part we got to kind of sort out. We know that these two guys have to be equal then. 1 plus 2 plus 3 has to equal 5 plus 6 plus 7. And we know that 3 and 5 are equal. So I could replace 3 with 5. And now I'm saying 1 plus 2 plus 5 equals 5 plus 6 plus 7. And then what I can do is subtract 5 from both sides. And I can say measure of angle 1 plus measure of angle 2 has to equal measure of angle 6 plus measure of angle 7. Okay, so that's what we do to prove this as we go through and kind of state all those things. Now again, I'm trying to keep this short and we talked about this in class already, but if the idea is, again, this triangle plus this triangle is 180 degrees when I add them all three up. This triangle is 180 degrees when I add all three of them up. Okay, set those equal to each other because they are equal to 180 by a substitution. And then substitute 5 in for 3 and then just say, hey, I can knock both those guys out. Oh, I get 1 and 2 equals 6 plus 7. So that's a little bit of everything from 4.2. If you do have any questions, come on in and we can talk and I can help you out. Thanks.